Hi, I'm back today and I'm going to do a swipe. This is a 12 by 36 canvas, and I've already it's a canvas that I've worked on before and cleaned it up to re-pour on it. So my first color that I have put down is lime green, and I'm trying to do a type of a coral reef looking swipe. And I've had a little accident here, poured a bunch of my paint over by accident. I had something fall off the shelf and it poured out most of my gold. So I'm going to try and salvage what is there. So just stick with me. Next color I have is a robin's egg blue. I lost a lot of paint when my cups fell over, so trying to salvage as much as I can because the paint is not cheap. And since I'm doing a swipe, if they intermingle a little bit, it's not going to hurt anything. And I'm going to swipe with a deeper color called Laguna. So we'll see how that's going to come out. I think it's going to be pretty. So next, see if I can salvage any more of this. Yeah, it's a shame I knocked that down, but I think we're able to salvage quite a bit of it, so that's a plus. Next, I'm going to use some Brilliant Red. I saw this coral reef type swipe on another YouTube video. I forget who it was that did it, but I really love the colors and how it came out, so I'm kind of trying to duplicate that for myself. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with some gold that I spilled. See how much of this I can salvage. That's why I use the puppy pads. I put them down, but I put the shiny side up. So if I do have an accident and some of my paint spills, I'm able to scoop it up off of that pad because it's the slick side. If I use the opposite side, it would have absorbed into the pad and I would have lost all that paint. Plus, when your paint dries on there, you can peel it off and use it as skins to make other things like jewelry, which I haven't tried yet. If any of you out there have tried making jewelry from acrylic skins, let me know. It sounds fun. I just haven't dabbled into that yet. Looks like I'm gonna be able to salvage a lot of this gold. Thank goodness, because it's the Deco Arts Americana Metallics. And, you know, it's pricey. I think it's $10 just for a small jar. It's this. That's what I'm using as far as my gold goes. Now, I have mixed all my paint with Floetrol. Some of my colors have a little water if they were a bit thicker. And I have OGX silicone in my red, the lime green, the robin's egg blue, and the brilliant red. There's no OGX in my white that I'm going to use here in a minute, and there's none in the gold. and I haven't put any OGX in my swipe color, which is a lagoon turquoise, and that one is by Apple Barrel. So if you have any questions about the paint or mixtures, just go ahead and message me down below. I'd be happy to give you my paint pouring recipe and mixtures. Okay, I salvaged a lot of that. Start mixing with that robin's egg a little bit because I spilt them side by side, but I don't think that's gonna really make a difference when I go to swipe. The colors tend to mix somewhat anyway. So now let's use up some of the gold that didn't spill. It's such a pretty gold. I also finally found today at Michael's, they've been out of it for months, was the Deco Art Satin Enamel in white that I've been wanting to try to get that cloudy effect in, you know, a ring pour or whatnot. So I finally found it today, and I'm really excited about that. I think I'm going to try one of those later today. Okay, now I'm going to add some white. There's a lot of paint on here, but I'm going to try and tilt it a little bit to get my colors to all go together so I don't have any blank space on my canvas when I go to swipe. I'm leaving myself some room here at the top. Okay, so I'm going to tilt it a little bit, get my paints to kind of run up the canvas, fill my spaces. Tilt back this way. And I think I'll grab my stir stick here and just kind of make sure I don't have any areas that aren't covered with paint. I can fill in any spots that look really bare with some more white. And I want some of this to run over my side. We definitely want to come all the way down the canvas. So yeah, I tried this actual pour yesterday. I'm not having a whole lot of luck with my paints the past 24 hours. I think it's just my clumsiness, but I did this exact swipe yesterday. Looked beautiful. Had it outside because it was such a nice day, and the pads that I had down got caught in the wind, and one of them, after it was all done and swiped, one of the pads flipped up and landed on the corner of the painting, and I was inside doing something, so I didn't notice it until it was about an hour later when I went back to look, and by then it was too late. So when I pulled the pad back, of course it just ruined my swipe. I tried to re-swipe over it a little bit and there was just no saving it, so I had to scratch that canvas. So we're trying it again. And then, of course, I spilled my paint on the table because I knocked something off the shelf and it hit my cup. So we'll see how this one turns out. I'm trying. Some days just aren't as smooth sailing when it comes to painting than others. So take the good with the bad. It's fun no matter how I look at it. So I want this paint up here a little bit to run up my canvas so I don't have to use too much blue to swipe. I recently just taught a workshop at the gallery where my art is on exhibit right now in St. Charles, Missouri, down on Missouri Artists on Main. That was a lot of fun teaching the workshop. I had 10 students, and we did 2 different paintings. One was a flip cup, just so they could get the general knowledge, and then we did a swipe, and I think everybody really enjoyed the swipe because it was instant gratification when you swipe and your cells start appearing. Everybody would, oh, ooh, ah, oh, look at this. And so they really enjoyed that. So I think next time that I teach a workshop, we'll probably do a much larger scale swipe, because I know they really enjoyed that. I think they're fun too. Okay, so my swipe color, I'm going to try and move some stuff out of my way so I don't have another accident, is Laguna. And it's kind of, it's a deep greenish turquoise. So I'm thinking when I pull that color through with these colors, I might get kind of a coral reef effect. That's what I'm hoping for. So cover my whole area up here for the swipe, and I want some to run over the back side of my canvas so we get this part covered here. And I usually swipe with a wet, or well, damp paper towel, I guess you could say. I spray it with a little bit of a spray bottle and usually swipe with that. But when I bought some canvases the other day, this typically doesn't happen, but in between my canvases was a pretty firm piece of plexi, like this. So I was surprised to see that in between my canvases, and first thing I thought immediately was, oh, that's a good swipe tool there. So that's what I'm going to swipe with. We'll see how that works. Move some stuff out of my way. Okay, I think we're ready. I'm just going to gently lay this down into that turquoise color. I like this plexi because you can see right through it, so you can see what you're doing. Okay. Turn it around, and I want to hit my bottom edge here. And I want to get my sides. You can just gently tap it and it will pick up the paint. So now I have a puppy pad down here on the floor that I can clean my surface off with, so I can swipe again. Okay. So same thing again. I want to make sure I'm getting my sides here. One thing about using the plexi though, instead of the damp paper towel, is the minute that you are done swiping, it all wants to run right off of the plexi and the paper towel starts to absorb it. So I'm noticing this is much more of a mess, but it's still a cool effect. So okay, I'm gonna just lay that down here on the puppy pad that I have on the floor, trying to contain my mess as much as possible. Up real quick. I'm liking the colors and it's starting to sell really nice already. I'm just gonna kind of let it do its thing before I hit it with my heat gun. I might want to pull a little bit more turquoise down on this side here in this area. So I think I have a smaller piece I can use for that. Not really sure if I want to or not at this point. Definitely don't want to risk messing it up, seeing as it's taken me so long to do it and then make a mess and spill my paint and have my one I did yesterday turn out so terribly because of my mistake leaving it out when not having my pad stapled down or pinned down, and then the wind gets a hold of it, and that just was no good. So I think I just want to gently I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I can tilt it a little bit to stretch my cells. Some pretty cool colors though. I could always swipe back the other way again, but not sure if I want to do that. I think I'm going to hit it with my heat gun first and see what we get. This will get all the air bubbles out, and it can also help bring more cells to the surface. Okay. There's still quite a bit going on, so I think I'm just going to let it kind of sit, and we'll see what happens. And I'll come back in about a half hour or so and show you how it's changed. So I appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You get notifications when I do new videos. So we'll be back just a little bit. Okay, it's been a good half hour, and I just wanted to bring you in kind of close and let you see what's going on. I think it's pretty much at the tail end of reacting. Colors are really pretty. You can see that gold iridescent coming through, the lime green. Pretty cool. I like swiping with a color instead of just white or black. This is really cool right up in here. I really like those colors mixing together. But yeah, that is my coral reef swipe. And I will try to show you the dried product. Probably be a good 48 hours before it's dry though. So I'll try to remember to come back and do that. Y'all take care. Okay, here it is the next morning. And like I said before, this was a lot of paint on here, so it is going to take quite a while to dry. Probably 48 hours. And it hasn't even been a whole 24 hours. It's just the next morning. And I probably poured this around 4 o'clock yesterday. So I really love the colors. I think I've got my coral reef effect I was going for. It's just a fun, bright pop of color going on. It's really cool. And you can see how that gold metallic has an effect, shimmering. Really pretty. This just makes me happy. It's joyful colors, which I believe do reflect the coral reef colors. Just really neat. So please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll get notifications of the other videos that I post. I usually try to do at least one a week. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care and happy Sunday.